Yeah, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this beautiful money-making Monday here with the Pick Dawgz Morning Show. New week, new goals, new opportunities, ladies and gentlemen. Coming off a good weekend of sports. Felt really cool to have the NFL back in some capacity. Of course, we had a full slate of Major League Baseball, and the WNBA was fairly busy over the weekend as well. Um, Gave me hope that we are slowly but surely coming out of the dog days of summer. Personally, for me, last week wasn't my best week betting. It was probably one of my worst of the week. It's what it was, though. Be what it be. That's in the rearview window. I'm looking forward to this week, looking to attack it. And not my favorite card today on a Monday, but some decent spots we'll talk about. And I got a good crew of guys to help me do exactly that, man. Franchise, I haven't seen you in a couple days, my man. We just missed each other this weekend. But good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, it's good to see you. Needed to switch some things around this weekend, but yeah, solid weekend of action. Managed to cash the play of the day again yesterday. Now 7 in a row, so hopefully keep that rolling along. 5-1 our last 6 in Major League Baseball, so heating up at the right time as we start to look forward towards NFL regular season college football. So I'm ready to break down the card today and continue to navigate through the dog days of summer.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Costi Durant, good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing well. Came off a really good week of baseball. Probably the best week that we've had since even before All-Star break. Primarily working with Jay Yang on baseball. I mean, there's a reason why that guy is at the top of the leaderboards for the premium side. On his ratings has been lights out as well. So it's been good that he's been seeing the board. He's been talking to me because I'm not a baseball guy by trade, but he's really gotten me into the thought process and what goes into what he actually observes in baseball, which is different than even what Mitch did, what you do, what Chris does. So it's cool to see a completely different scope, how he looks through the lens. And, it's exciting when things are going well. So hopefully let's keep the momentum going into this week. Nothing's promised today, but it's good to see that your spots and situations are paying off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Money making Monday. We got 11 games for Major League Baseball today and 1 from the dub. I think is what we got. So 12 games in total. We could do our first, what we used to do. We haven't really done it in a minute.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's kind of light, but we can do it a little bit with the takeaways.
Yeah.
I think you guys just really want me to talk. That's really what it's about.
I know we normally save that for football, but I have a baseball one that I could throw in there too. So
don't do baseball.
I'm just saying I have someone that's kind of stuck in my craw. As much as you have a pickle shoved up your ass from the weekend, I have something about baseball. So
yeah, I know where we got to start. You know where we got to start.
Go ahead. I'm here for it.
You just show your wrist for me one time. You just show me your wrist.
I don't give a shit. I told you on Friday, it's a lose-lose situation.
True.
If he gets crushed and he has 2 picks and he has a horrible game against second and third stringers, he's going to get roasted. If he wins, he's going to get roasted because it's against second and third stringers. I can name you 6 other quarterbacks that had phenomenal performances in preseason that are not going to be shit, right? I'm not saying he's a bad player. I just don't think the hype really is that necessary. Why did he get overlooked? He got overlooked because of his dad. We know that. It's not really the talent. He got overlooked because he's been his dad's back pocket since high school, since going to college, then transferring over. Great. More power to you. Why is this player with that much talent and marketable so well that Nike is doing the drop and that Jay's doing it for us? Why is this guy not going to be a backup quarterback in this league this year? Why? That's it. Just answer. Why? Why is he not going to be I'm not talking about, he's not a 4th stringer. We already know that. He's not a 4th string quarterback. can name 100 quarterbacks worse than him. He's a backup quarterback for right now. Why is he not going to be a backup this year? Why is he going to get cut by the Browns?
That's the multi-million-dollar question. And
Get rid of Gabriel. Gabriel is what? Gabriel is trash. He's short. There's only 2 guys in the NFL that have ever been successful with that type of height, and that is Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, and Drew Brees. Drew Brees was a tad under 6 feet. So
shout out my other guy too, Doug Flutie. Shout out to him.
Well, right. Yes. My bad.
Shout out to him too.
But I'm just saying, why, if he's so marketable and he's a talent that could be groomed correctly, why did the Browns not keep him as a backup? Get rid of the other guys. Get rid of Pickett, who's on his 3rd team in 3 years. Get rid of Gabriel. Who cares you paid him for his round? Why not keep this guy and groom him?
That's all we want to know. So I'm glad you kind of seeing it a little bit. We've seen this guy play since high school, since college, HBCU to D1. The goalpost has been moved every time. And all we're saying is, man, give the kid an opportunity. We know he can play. And, every time it's been when he was at the HBCU, it was he can't do this at the D1 level. He won't do it at the D1 level. That's just me. I just been watching everybody move the goalposts. When he was at Jackson State and him and Travis were killing it, and they first announced they were going to Colorado, everybody said they're not going to do a damn thing. He started putting up big numbers. They weren't necessarily winning the way that some people thought, even I. Even still, the goalpost was being moved then. Oh, well, he's putting up numbers. They're not winning. That they moved it then. Then they moved the goalposts yet again. Well, he's for sure can't do this at the NFL level, yada, yada, yada. And I'm not sitting here telling you he played the best of all the quarterbacks in the preseason. All I'm saying is, based on everything put on the table, he was not a 6th-round draft pick. He had a 1st-round grade. That's where he should have went. And he played well in the preseason. I personally think he's better than Dylan Gabriel. I personally think, give him enough time, enough reps, he will be better than Kenny Pickett. So we'll see, and that's just where it is for me. He's one of my favorite young players. I will continue to follow him, follow his story. And as one of the most hype train players in the league, y'all already know what mold this fits, man. So all aboard, man. Get ready. Say's supposed to get a lot of starts next week, a lot of reps next week too. So see if he can play just as well, see if he can keep the momentum rolling forward.
I think they got to play Gabriel just to see. They have to play Gabriel. I mean, that's right. Just to see what they have with him because, to be fair, Shedeur's he's not getting any 1st-string reps. So he's playing with the 3s against 3s. And he's doing well with the 3s against 3s. But again, that doesn't say anything. What does that really tell the franchise has got to look at this, and they've been the shit franchise outside of the Jets. Jets and the Browns franchise have been shit franchises for eternity. Groom this kid if you believe he's got talent and he's marketability. You failed with Watson, completely fucking missed and whiffed with Watson. Now you have Flacco, who's a very serviceable 40-year-old. Groom this kid if you believe he's the truth, but they're not going to do it because they're a shit franchise, and they're going to let Kenny Pickett, who's ass, be the backup. They'll probably end up keeping Gabriel, and they'll end up dropping him.
Fair. Roof, you got any thoughts?
You want to know my honest thoughts? I'll show you right now what my honest thoughts are.
If you put up the trash can. Oh. Plus 1,100, week 1 starter. Oh,
no,
I locked it in.
I'm surprised it's not more.
But I look. Remember when we got in an argument and I said the whole thing about Shedeur Sanders knowing his place basically at the draft. That's why teams didn't draft him, and it had nothing to do with. Everybody called me out and saying it was a race thing, and it wasn't. I said, look, you have to be able to not put yourself before the team when you're not even in the league yet. Now it's become more and more apparent that teams did not draft Shedeur Sanders, and the fall in the draft happened because, like Kossi said, because of his dad, and because no one wanted that sort of affiliation. They wanted to make sure that it was the player that they were going to get and not the character. And I think what you saw on the field in week 1 of the preseason, and I can't state enough, week 1 of the preseason, was that there's something there. You're going to start to see more of the higher strings at least get some reps. And if we're going to see Sanders have good starts against these guys, you got to, I think, give him the benefit of the doubt. If he has we've seen guys that have had fantastic preseasons when spots are up for grabs that are given at least the opportunity to basically put up or shut up and hold it down in week 1. And it would not surprise me at all if the Browns, in a move to try to basically shake things up and get something going with this franchise, to kick this team in the ass, to start Shedeur Sanders in week 1.
Why? Why would you throw him in there? And I'm not even talking about his talent.
No,
why would you throw him in there week 1?
I'm just saying it just seems like the Cleveland Browns thing to do. Because nothing else is working.
The Cleveland Browns thing to do is start Joe Flacco. That's their safety. They go the safe route. It's always been the safe route with this franchise. Start Joe Flacco, maybe get 6-7 wins. All of a sudden things are piling up. Then you throw Shedeur in if he's the backup.
I think that they're just like, you know what? We'll take a shot on the kid, and at least we know we have a safety valve in Joe Flacco if he screws up. I think it's one of those things where, they measure once and cut twice. I think they just.
And we're saying that if he's even going to be the backup to begin with.
I honestly, for some reason, I just have that feeling that they're just going to put Shedeur Sanders out in week 1. Like they're just going to try to.
Honestly, I want the Browns to cut him. That's what I want. we saw already. I saw what I needed to see. He could play, which I already knew. I already knew that. So I already know that. And the Browns are a franchise that they've been a poverty franchise. They will continue to be, even when it's staring them right in the face. They've been looking for a young franchise quarterback to step in and take over for them for a while. Yet they're still over here talking about 40-year-old Joe Flacco. So honestly, wholeheartedly, I want him to leave Cleveland. I don't want him in Cleveland. I want him to get cut, and I want the New Orleans Saints to look themselves in the face and just admit it. We were wrong, okay? We were wrong, but we can still fix this. Now, on the flip side, let's talk about this, and then I'll move on. We'll talk about baseball.
I got something. I got to come back to you. You go, but I want to come
back. Your first career NFL touchdown is a pick six.
Things are just moving a little bit quicker in the NFL than college.
Oh bro. Tyler Shuck, come on, bro. Come on, man. Y'all can't pull the wolves over our eyes no more. We have too much access. We watch way more football than y'all think we do to think that y'all can just pull the wool over our eyes. Tyler Shuck, come on, bro. Come on, man. What universe should he have been drafted over Shedeur? And on what planet? So, I think he's better than Rattler. I think Shedeur could go be the day one starter for New Orleans today.
Why would you want that for a player that it's
very? I think New Orleans culturally is the perfect fit for him. Perfect fit. I could see him, it's not going to be, nowhere he goes is going to roll out the red carpet. It's going to be the perfect situation. It's the NFL. It's never going to be that. So it's going to be ugly wherever he is. Cleveland is going to be ugly. New Orleans is going to be ugly. Wherever he's going to be, it's going to be ugly. So, but I think he has the makeup to bring them out of it. If they give him the opportunity to. He already told you in his interview, and I believe him, and I'm with him. If you don't want to change the culture of your franchise, don't draft me. He told him, and a lot of people don't want to. So I get it, but the kid's special, man. We're talking about a kid who preseason. You know what I mean? When he scored, when he put up his wrist in the end zone in Carolina, everybody in Carolina put it right up with him. This kid's special. Something about him. I just hope he gets the right chance, the right opportunity to show what we already know. Now I digress.
Two things for me personally. If I am a Shedeur Sanders super fan, I want him to stay in Cleveland because it's kind of like the whole thing with LeBron. Cleveland never had the championship. Cleveland was always deemed the city of losers. They haven't won a division title since 1989. If you want him to be that cult hero, you want him to be that guy, you want him to be the stuff the legends are made of, you pull that team out of the fire. We've seen that New Orleans
in Cleveland. We can't do it in Cleveland.
Well, I know, but you get what I'm saying is that if you know it's sort of like when you have college football 26 and you bring a program like Delaware to the national championship.
I get your premise, and I'm with you on everything you're saying, except for in Cleveland.
But I'm saying if you want to do it anywhere, I would think that you'll become stuff legends are made of. You can do it in Cleveland. The other thing is
there's only one man. There's literally only one man who was able to put Cleveland on his fucking back.
I know. Well, I'm just saying, if he can do it there, you can do it anywhere.
Nobody is that man. All right.
But I might put $5. I might put $5.
This is for you.
I'm gonna put $5 on Jake Haener to be New Orleans starting quarterback week 1 at plus 4,000. It's just such a shit show in New Orleans that I'm sorry, Spence, because I'm looking at the odds right now. Spencer Rattler's minus 245. Tyler Shugg is plus 190. After that, no. So I don't know. There's just like I'm seeing all these like ridiculous odds. And I get it. It's sort of just like these weird ass props going into the season. But I mean, that's my thought. If you're Shedeur Sanders and you want to be
give you this narrative. So
legend.
Cleveland keeps him. He's the third string. The season starts. We don't talk about him again. He gets dropped by Cleveland. He goes to another team as a backup. We don't talk about him again.
There's no scenario where that happens.
Nobody talks about backups unless he's starting.
There's no scenario where that happens, Costa. Okay. He's way too big. I told you on Friday this was going to be the biggest preseason game ever, and that's exactly what it was. This is a different case.
Who cares? It's a preseason game.
Everybody but you. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
I disagree. You're looking at it from the fans that care about preseason, that watch and care and bet preseason. Most of the public don't care.
You're wrong. These are the same folk that was up watching Colorado versus North Dakota State. These are the same folk who were sitting there watching Carolina versus the Browns in the preseason. You put that on Thursday night with Joe Flacco and Bryce Young, I guarantee it won't even outdo the numbers that it just did in the preseason. Like, people care, and you'll understand that. Nike football out here doing ads on a set.
It's preseason. They have to do something. I'm telling you, when the season starts, you will see the hype drop. It's because there's nothing else to do. What do you think? Like, you go on SportsCenter, they go at every single narrative now in the preseason.
A lot of teams don't want him is because of the drama and narrative that's going to be with him being the backup. That's the problem. It's because of the distraction he's going to be as a backup. If you want the truth, that's the problem. We're still going to be talking about him during the regular season. So we're going to be sitting here, say he's still in Cleveland. Bro, every week, man, as soon as Joe Flacco throw a pick, man, put Shedeur in, man. Put Shedeur in the game, man. Oh, my God. Like, that's going to be us. I promise you that's going to be me.
You don't think the NFL has dealt with people like this before?
No.
Ever?
No.
You're saying it's never happened?
Yes, but I'm going to give you a couple examples, and they didn't last long. Cam Newton. There's a reason why Cam Newton was still one of the top 50 quarterbacks in the league. He couldn't be a backup because every time the quarterback playing in front of him, it was, oh, my God, man, put Cam in the game. Put Cam in the game. Put Cam Newton in the game. Johnny kind of was like that, where it was like, man, put Johnny in the game. Oh, my God, put Johnny in the game. Like, the name of the player and the hype around them are so big that it doesn't allow them to just sit.
And then what happens? And then it's gone. Just saying, man, it's I've done this so many years. Preseason hype, they have to grasp on something to get the juices flowing. And then all of a sudden, season starts, it's forgotten about.
It's different. This one's different. We'll see. We'll see. All right, man. Cool talking football. I know we love talking it. It's a smaller card today with only 11 baseballs, so we'll see what it is with my man, see if he can work his way to a starting job, and we'll drum it all back up later on this week. What day them Browns play this week? They play
Saturday.
Saturday. Who they play?
Philly.
Ooh.
Man, you know what? I miss Mitch today. He would be on my side. We'd be 2 versus 2.
He would. He probably would. He probably would.
You're an idiot.
He's fucking
You're an
ass.
idiot.
Trey.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Fucking ass, bro. It's preseason.
That's what I'm saying. I've been doing this for
What are you
so
talking about,
long.
man?
I
He's an
remember
idiot.
the hype trains in the preseason that just disappear.
He is a joke.
Oh man. Nah, you're right. He would. That's why I love this argument. That's why
And all the fucking morons out there who want to crown this kid in his ass.
Yeah.
But then again, I might have finally got him to flip. Because remember, he flipped.
No shot.
Listen.
Right.
He flipped on Anthony Richardson. We got him. He flipped on AR. He liked AR for a second. There's been a couple he flipped. We'll see. Well, we won't see, but it would have been cool to see if we would have got him to flip.
No shot he would ever flip on Shedeur. No.
I don't know.
Chris just couldn't handle the heat. I think that's why he flipped.
I could handle. You're joking, right? Bro, I was the first person on this channel to be called a racist, and it was just like I stood in the fire.
I'm saying with Shedeur and Colorado, you were originally a hater in general.
I was a hater until like 3 weeks ago.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You flipped.
And I'm not saying I. Hold on.
Let me rephrase it.
I eased into it.
you.
You're just making it sound like I flipped overnight. No. The only thing I flipped overnight was my pillow.
Listen, okay, fair. That's fair. I'm not a hater at all.
He wouldn't have flipped. I already know.
I'm not a hater at all. Zero. I was hashtag we coming with Jay for the last 2 years. I just don't think personally, talent-wise, he is elite.
That's fair. I'm not
That's
mad.
all I'm saying. Whether you
be mad at
it or
you
not,
but I'm not mad at you
or not.
I'm not mad at you for it. That's your opinion. And
I've seen too many goddamn guys in the college that were elite
college
guys that were shit in the NFL, and I'm sticking to it. I'm not just because of the hype train. I'm not switching sides. I have an opinion. It's okay.
Fair. Yes, you do. Money making Monday, ladies and gentlemen, man. See how long we can keep this going.
A week.
Costi might be right. It might be through the preseason, or who knows? But Chris, what you want to talk about from baseball?
I'm just saying, from my Blue Jays, Jeff Hoffman needs to be fired to the moon. You see that shit yesterday? Almost caught. First pitcher since it was recorded in 1901 to have 5 walks in less than an inning of work and still get the win. The dude could not find the strike zone yesterday. Almost cost the Blue Jays and almost got him swept. But Mason Fluharty comes in, rookie, strikes out Ohtani, bases loaded, gets Mookie Betts to ground out. Ball game. Game. Blouses. Sorry, I just was pissed off about Jeff Hoffman. We can carry on.
Fair.
33 pitches, 23 balls. Thanks.
It's heating up in baseball, man. As we start to get towards that time of year, every game really becoming meaningful, man. It's crazy. There's a lot of the value kind of sucked out of baseball right now. A lot of favorites, a lot of big favorites. Let's discuss. What we got? 11. So we'll do 4, 4, 3. First one up, we have the Philadelphia Phillies. Taijuan Walker's on the mound for them today. They're dogs on the road to Andrew Abbott and the Cincinnati Reds. We got the Minnesota Twins, Zebby Matthews on the mound for them. On the other side is Will Warren for the Yankees. We got the Tigers and the White Sox. This is Chris's favorite pitcher in the whole wide world.
Oh, God.
Chris Paddock.
Oh, okay.
Who you thought I was talking about?
Aaron Savali.
Oh, you love him too.
No, I don't.
On the other side for the White Sox is, who is this? Paguro? I don't even know who this is. Paguro?
Reliever.
Bullpen game?
Yeah. Might be more of a spot start.
Okay. Pirates, Brew Crew. Heen Dog on the mound. Andrew Heaney. On the other side is Jose Quintana, like Brian says. And Nationals, Royals. We have Bailey Falter on the mound for the Royals. I don't know who this is on the mound for the Nationals.
He's only at one start. Cavalli.
Cade Cavalli.
Cade Cavalli. I think I said that last time. I don't know who this is. I did say that last time. And he didn't do that bad. He went, 4 innings, 3 hits, no earned against the A's. That's not bad. Shout out Cade. See if he can have another solid outing today. We start our day with the franchise like we usually do. Chris, how we feeling?
So, Reds, Phillies. I was scouring yesterday and I found Taijuan Walker's new headshot on Baseball Reference. It's ridiculous.
I didn't fall for that one.
Yeah, you did. I was like, shit. I gotta start getting creative again. No, I can't get there. Andrew Abbott, ERA just over 2 at home. Philly's been less effective against lefties this season. My problem for Taijuan Walker is that as much as I, jokingly crap on Taijuan Walker, he's had issues with home runs in his recent starts. I'm just trying to pull up the number that he's had. I think it's 7 home runs in his last 4 starts. Now you're going to Great American against a Reds lineup that can hit. Have they been the best offense lately? No, but they just cranked out 14 runs in Sunday's finale against the Pirates. Phillies are playing the better baseball, but I think this is a spot where Abbott stops the bleeding and shuts down Philly. So I'm going to roll with the Reds in that one. And where was it? Brewers, Pirates. Give me the Brewers on the run line. I know the run's going to stop at some point, but Andrew Heaney is not the guy to stop it, especially on the road. No. If he was at home, maybe, but on the road, 6.55 ERA. The Pirates as a team 1-10 in those 11 road starts. It's just right now, it's just the Brewers are just a runaway train. If you get, I think you get Skeens in this series, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you get Skeens tomorrow. I think if there's a spot for the Pirates tomorrow, it might be Skeens. He's going up against Peralta though. That total might be like, or at least I think he's going against Peralta tomorrow. That might be like set at 6. But
yeah, tomorrow is
Skeens.
Skeens.
Yeah. Peralta. It's probably 6.5.
And then it's
6. I know 6.5.
They'll juice the 6.5.
It's going to be low.
Yeah,
and then it's going to be Keller Woodruff, the last one. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's going to be 6 tomorrow. I'm gonna say it's going to be 6.
That's low.
Yeah, I think 6.5. I think 6.5 is bang on. But I think tomorrow is going to be Pittsburgh's best chance at a win in this series with Skeens going. And even then, that might be a bit of a stretch. So give me the Brewers on the run line here. Fade Heaney on the road more than anything else.
Jay, did you say in this slot, and I could be off, Washington, Kansas City?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll take the over in that game. It's a really good hitting weather in Kansas City. The wind is blowing out, high humidity. Still going to be in the 80s here at night in Kansas City. Washington's bullpen has been ass. I mean, they've been so bad. In the last 10, they're averaging 8 earned runs a game. Overall in the season, they're over 6 runs a game. I still don't trust. Look, he had a good outing, but it was a one-off. I still need more out of him. He did give up. This is his first time pitching in 25. I mean, second time pitching in 25. He won a tight game against the Athletics. I still think that this guy is capable of, giving up 3-4 runs, which is around his average from before. Add the bullpens. I think it's over 8.5 game. I just like the hitting weather in this spot. And then I'm with Chris. Brewers run line here. I've been a big follower of this team in the last week. It almost feels like it's too easy at times. Sometimes when you get with the trains of winning in baseball where you constantly go back to the well to this team, but they've shown it. They've shown that they can win tight games. They've shown they can come back from being down. They have the culture and the makeup of a World Series team here. And I think against Dawg, especially with him on the road, like Roof said, give me the Brewers on the run line at home.
I'm conflicted. I am severely sitting here conflicted, and I've been conflicted on it all morning. There's the 2 people sitting on my shoulder, right? One of them is saying, all aboard. I swear to God, one of them is saying all aboard. The other one is saying, this the series. This the series. And I'm conflicted. I'm looking at their schedule. They got the Reds on after that, then the Cubs. They play the Cubs like 5 straight games. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I played the Cubs 5 straight. Then the Giants, then the Diamondbacks, then the Jays. This the one. This the series. Fuck it. This the one. I'm on the Pirates. I'm going to do it. Chris, can you find me the series price for the Pirates in this series?
All right, let's see. It's under the donations tab. So give me a second.
That was a good one. I give it to you. That was good.
Oh, I literally thought there was a donations tab. No, that's divisions. Hold on.
I just got that gut feeling, man. I feel like
you're not wrong. They're gonna lose. You're not wrong. But can you find when you cut the rope?
And I think this is where I want to cut the rope.
I don't disagree. Am I gonna pick them? No, but I'm saying there's gonna be that. In baseball, it happens all the time. You find that spot where there's nothing data-wise that will show you that this team will win. You can't find one piece of data, and then they still.
Pirates are plus 175.
I feel like that's not even that good. You want
it's
more
not.
than that.
It's not. It's
you have one all-star.
It is. Hold on. So this is the thing. If you're telling me, if I was in the camp of I want to take the Pirates in this series, I think your best bet is to take them today. Because realistically, what are you going to have to? You're going to have to try to win 2 games against one of the hot teams in baseball. Granted, yes, you can do it with Paul Skeens. You could do it with Mitch Keller. But Brandon Woodruff's been hot. Freddie Peralta's been great at home. So you're basically playing what you probably think are 2 coin flip games And if you still drop this game and you drop one of those next two, you still lose the series.
I don't love the price on that plus 175. I wish I was getting like 200 with how hot the Brewers are, but I honestly believe the Pirates can pull off two of these three. And I've been a Pirates hater for a lot of the season, with how bad their offense is. But with the way this kind of matches up, I don't think they're going to need to score a whole lot of runs in this 3-game set with the pitchers they have on deck to possibly take 2 of 3. And today, the plus money is too good for me to pass up when I know the whole wide world is probably on the other side. So, is this my least favorite of the 3? Of course it is. Of course, I love it much more with schemes. I even like it. I even like Mitch Keller, no longer an ace, no longer an all-star, but still serviceable. Only reason his numbers are as bad as they are is because the Pirates fucking suck offensively. I'm gonna do it. I gotta bet the play. I'm probably gonna be on the Pirates all 3 games. I am usually Mr. Hype Train. Of course, the Brewers are the hype train team right now. It's either them or who else is hot? Red Sox? Probably Red Sox. Probably the 2 hype train teams right now. But the Brewers are at the forefront of it. I'm usually a hype train guy, but I think this is the series that's going to derail it. I thought that was going to be the Brave series. It was not. I did not say it was going to be the Mets series. I left that series alone completely. But here in this one, I think this is like Kasi said. I think this is where I want to cut the rope. We'll see.
I can give you a number right now, but I think you'd still find a way to shoot it down. Like you'd still find a way to still
low key pathologist.
Oh God, not that bullshit again. Good Lord.
Low key pathologist.
Bloody nonsense. Bullshit.
They do.
Best record in baseball since July 6th.
They do. Is who?
The Brewers. 26-7.
Yeah, they're hot.
I'm just looking at. I'm trying to see like the names. I'm trying to see who they've beaten over those games. If I'm naming just the starters, Cabrera, Yamamoto, Kershaw, Glasnow, Mitchell Parker, Ogasawara, trash. Irvin, trash. Glasnow, Sheehan, Kershaw, Kirby, Castillo, Yuri Perez, Matthew Boyd, Colin Ray, Imanaga. Yeah. Joey Wentz.
And the one to take him down, the one that ended all, is going to be Andrew Heaney. And it's kind of funny because, like, if you know me and Andrew Heaney, this is a start. He come out here and fucking deal. Like, if you know Heen Dog, if you know him for real, this is a style start where he come out here and be why I love him and call him Heen Dog. Like, if you know, you know. I'm on the Pirates. I gotta be. I don't talk myself.
You're making me do it.
You going extendo? Are you going first inning? No, you. Okay. End dog for throw a gym.
Yeah, for my bankroll.
Okay.
Over 3.5 runs in the first inning, plus 1,100. Over 2.5, plus 425.
Give me a Nerfy. On the other side, no runs first inning.
You're a hater.
You're a hater.
You're racist. Since everybody's just throwing that around in the chat, it's just throwing it out there.
They be mad when let's see. So yeah, I do like the Pirates. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull the trigger. I'm also gonna pull the trigger on the Phillies at plus money. I get it's Taiwan Walker, but with as hot as the Phillies are, plus money with them is insane. I get it's Andrew Abbott. I get how good Andrew Abbott has been, but also look at his last start. Like, and if there's a team that could get to Andrew Abbott, it's the Phillies. So plus money, Phillies, even with Taiwan. Y'all know I'm higher on Taiwan than most. I think he gets out of his own way. And even if he doesn't, I think that the Phillies can back him up. So I'm on Philadelphia here. You want to talk about hot? It's a hot team. I will ride Philadelphia. And I'm feeling like it's a foul spot. It's really kind of unbettable unless you want to lay a run line with a team that's not in the greatest form offensively. Coming off a run game yesterday. It's mainly a fade of Minnesota. I feel like Minnesota's been kind of playing above their pay grade of recently. The winners are 4 of their last 5, and this is a good spot for the Yankees to break out and kind of like get the shit back together. Still think I'm okay. I still think I'm in a really good spot with my Yankees to miss the playoffs. I wouldn't mind seeing the Twins win here. I don't think they do. I think the Yankees probably kick the crap out of them. So we'll see. That's all I really like here in this slot. I don't love that Tigers-White Sox. Tigers with Paddock on the mound, -150 on the road against the White Sox, who have been really profitable at home this season. It would be White Sox. It would be White Sox. It would be White Sox. Just don't trust Paddock. Chris loves Paddock. Speaking of else who Chris loves, well, Chris doesn't love this guy, but Ron Romanelli does. So he's active in the chat, talking about my Pirates, talking about Taiwan. Dolander's on the mound. He loves some Dolander. He's battling it out with Miles McCollum and the St. Louis Cardinals. We got my favorite team playing like shit. Losers of 4 straight. Can they get it back together today? They just got swept at home. That's nasty. In the playoff race. Like, ew. Mama that man's on the mound today, though. Pitcher with the blue glove. One of my favorites. Been telling y'all about him for the last couple seasons. Nate Eovaldi with that 1.3 ERA. On the other side is Ryan Nelson and the Diamondbacks. We got the Astros and the Red Sox. Garrett Crochet versus Chris. See who's on the mound here?
Oh, yeah.
Mitch used to love him some Christian Javier. Where he been at?
Rehabbing.
Yeah.
He's back today. And that's where we stop for this one, ladies and gentlemen. How we feeling, Costi, to start this slot?
Definitely not a favorable slot for me. Don't really like much here. I think I see Texas is going to have a correction here. They're still a decent team. Yes, they got swept, but this team still can put together some wins. I think they're going to get to Nelson's been pitching well, but they had their stud, their ace on the mound here. I would go run line on Texas. Not small lean. Again, I don't love this slot, but out of all the games that you just said, for me, it's a run line on Texas.
Yeah, it's not a great slot. I do agree with you there. I think you're a bold man laying a run line with a team that sucks offensively. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. They should win this game. If I were playing it, it would be an under. They should win this game. If I'm playing it, it would be an under. I'm not mad at Costi for going run line. Like, it's theoretically, just looking at the pitching matchup and things like that, the bounce back spot, I get all of that. Oof. This team,
not pretty.
Not pretty. Small lean for me on the Red Sox. I just don't know what I'm gonna get from Mr. Javier today. And y'all know I'm a Astros hater. Garrett Crochet, I've heard me say it many a times this season. Mama that man. He's been as good as advertised. The Red Sox are still. Chris gave out a number on the Brewers. Hottest team since July 6th. I'm pretty sure the Red Sox are number 2 on that list in that time frame. They've been really hot. Just look at the Red Sox record since trading Devers. They had that one cold week. After that, they've been money. And I think this line here tells you everything you need to know. Like, this is how big the gap is with the pitching matchup today. If this was Javier in good form, like, been pitching a while, hell no, I wouldn't lay this. But in a spot like this today and everything else with how hot the Red Sox are, even though they've lost 2 or 3 of their last 4, I think this is a good series for them to kind of get back on track. They've also bullied the Astros this year. They've won all 3 meetings. I think they make it 4-0. That's really it for me. I don't really love anything else here. Yeah. Chris, what about you?
I will say one thing I really do like for today is the Garrett Crochet strikeout prop. He's just flat out rolling. I think I can get 9+ strikeouts at plus 360. Normally this is a Houston lineup that is really good against left-handed pitching, but right now they're just feel like they're not it. And I think that Crochet can have a solid day. I do like Garrett Crochet, and I like the Red Sox in the money line, but again, minus 160, 165, a little bit hefty for me. So I do lean towards the Red Sox, but like I said, I like the Crochet strikeout prop better. And I'm going to go with the over 8.5 in that Rockies Cardinals game. Miles Michaelis historically has had issues against the Rockies. Now those issues came at Coors, but still, for me, he's still one of the weaker options in this Cardinals rotation. I think the Cardinals can get to Dolander for a few runs here. And I think this is at least a 5-4 kind of game. So give me the over 8.5 Rockies Cardinals.
Fair enough. Last slot in baseball features the Angels and the Dodgers. This is sorry. There we go. Yamamoto on the mound versus Soriano. We have the Padres and the Giants. This is Yu Darvish versus Logan Webb. And the Athletics and the Rays, Pepio versus Jeffrey Springs. Pathy, the Pathy plan to financial freedom. What's happening, my man? How you doing?
Well, you guys were talking about the San Fran game. I gave out the Washington Nationals as the comp yesterday. One of the worst favorites in all of baseball, San Francisco, only to be topped by the Dodgers. So, of course, you never lay a price with San Francisco.
Like any price?
And ever.
Ever?
Zero.
As a favorite?
Ever. Trash. Can't make any money. Down huge for the season. Only when they're a dog. How many of you guys picked Milwaukee today? I just walked in late.
Actually,
both of these guys on the screen. Are you with me?
Pittsburgh was my complimentary selection on the video. Rule of 10, baby.
You see this? You see what I can do with one hand? Look, Chris. Chris, look. You gotta take that off.
Rule of 10, baby.
That's what I think. That's what
Chris, look. I can block him. I can block him with one hand, dude. One hand.
Costi, I'm sorry, but you have to be the sacrifice here.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
If the rule of 10 was a person.
The rule of 10, baby. Let's do it. Man.
For the record, they're at 9. So
yeah,
well, the rule of 10 is to not win the 10th game. Today they've won 9 in a row.
Nah.
Hey man, I'm on the Padres. I don't like the Giants. They're not a good team. Pathy just told y'all what it was, man. The worst favorite in baseball. I know it's Logan Webb on the mound, and I know Yu Darvish hasn't been great since returning. But the Padres have actually played some really good baseball of recent, winners of 4 of their last 5. This has been a competitive series between these two all season long. I'm definitely signing myself on plus money if I'm attacking it. Dodgers road favorite. I am an Angels hater. I do think we'll be able to fade the Angels more often than not, but how can we pass up plus 150 today? How can How can you pass up plus 150 with the Monstars, fading the Monstars? The Angels have beat up on the Dodgers all season. They lead the season series 3-0. Actually, I'm not mad at nobody going extended Angels. It sounds crazy, but would you believe me if I told you they've beaten the Dodgers every game this season by 2 runs or more? 6-2, 11-9, 6-4.
10-1. No, is that 15?
They've won 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Let's get it done, Halos. The Halos, like, man, y'all took our All-Star, bro. Y'all took Ohtani from us. Watch this. So that's how I'm feeling here in this back end of the slot. Angels, money line, Angels extended like 1.5 runs with the Angels on the Dodgers. I'm gonna go look and see what that number is on that. And Padres, small in on Pepio too as well while I'm here. I forgot to change the graphic during all that. Sorry. Chris, how you feeling?
Dodgers minus 6.5. Over 3.5. I'm gonna parlay up the over 3.5 runs in the Milwaukee game and the Dodger game.
Oh man.
Soriano is a walking garbage can at home. ERA around 5.5. I think they're like 3-11 or 3-10 in his home starts this season. Dodgers have to be a little bit pissed off with how that Blue Jays series ended yesterday. Yamamoto's still a decent option.
Ooh, we had the bases loaded and we lost to the Jays. Now we're pissed. We're finna go take it off on the Angels.
You had bases loaded with 1 out with your 2 best hitters on that team against a rookie with a 5+ ERA after the opposing team's supposed closer walked 5 guys in less than an inning. I'm sorry. The sheets have to be changed because you just shit all in the bed.
And they're gonna do it again today.
No,
so that's what I'm saying. What make you think that something just changes today?
Because it's the Dodgers and it's Jose Soriano at home.
Okay. I'm trying to find my
You pissed me off. Give me the Athletics too.
find my extended run line over here. I'm getting 285. Is that good enough? I don't know.
It shouldn't be.
If I lay 2 runs, it's 399. But I need them to win by 3, right? In that event.
Yeah, I don't know. It might not be enough.
Push. I'll push at 2. I don't know. I might just gotta go that 1.5. And 1.5 at plus 280, 285. Minus 1.5 with the Angels at plus 285. I'm there. Fuck the Monstars.
Can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. That's okay. I know I'm not going to get every one of these right today, so I'm fine with it. But yeah, I'm leaning towards the Athletics just because I trust Jeffrey Springs a little bit more. I think the Athletics are just in better form right now. And Ryan Pepio, same issue that Taijuan Walker's had. You know, giving up home runs, giving up hard contact in another hitter-friendly ballpark in Coors Light in Sacramento. Got to roll with the Athletics in that one.
Me and Chris are just not on the same accord today.
No, you're not.
We are not. We've had a couple these days, though.
I know, but you know what's crazy is somebody else texting me from behind the scenes telling me the same thing. Telling me I'm foolish and lack vision, and they're fading.
Oh, I already know who it is.
Does his name run with Bon?
It does. He said,
Don Homanelli.
Don Homanelli.
I am absolutely fading your ass today. Going anti-J parlay. We'll see, Mr. Rundown. We'll see. We can go head to head today. You and Chris. Costi, how you feeling to close out baseball, my man?
I'm going to close out with the under in the Dodgers-Angels game. Look, the Dodgers and the Angels in the last 10 time they faced each other, Yamamoto has not had a start versus the Angels since. So Yamamoto's got elite stuff. We just broke this down in the Jay Yang video from yesterday that was posted this morning. Yamamoto still has very elite stuff. I think he'll be able to suppress this Angels offense. You're talking about both of these teams the Angels have been to the over in the last 10, 7-2, but the Dodgers have been to the under. They have not been hitting the ball well. I see this being a 5-1 game, maybe by the Dodgers, 5-2 game, but I like the over. I like the under 8 here.
Fair enough, man. Bond Bominelli, they might stick.
You know what we got to do? We just got to get him with like the Mr. Magoo glasses, like the glass with the big nose and the mustache. Well, actually, then at that point, all we would have to do is get him the glasses.
What rhymes with
Mr. Bond?
Bond Romanelli. Bond Bobanelli.
Bond Bominelli, man.
Did you just call him Bobon?
Bobon. He was in what's it called? He was just in a movie. Happy Gilmore number 2.
Yeah. That movie was number 2, you're right.
I thought it was decent. If that's the expectation going into it, like you're not going to get the 1990 version of Happy Gilmore. But I thought it was more like, it reminded me more of like the dodgeball style of Monstars, robots versus the regular guys. Kind of reminded me of that, like gamey theme. Right, Chris? Do you follow me there? Like dodgeball? It's kind of like.
Yeah. I kind of
like
get
the
it.
robot style pros.
The bench warmers.
The bench warmers were like the regular players.
Yeah.
And these other guys had,
Yeah.
I've actually considered getting that surgery. Doesn't exist.
What?
Where you get your right hip bone taken away so you have more flexibility.
I thought.
Did you watch the movie or no?
No.
Oh, you're going to give me a rating on a movie and you haven't even seen it?
Because I turned it off after 15 minutes.
I'm disgusted with you. What am I even doing here?
We got one game left, man. It's in the dub. Before that, though, stat of the day. I usually get after Chris, but I got the stat of the day today. Stat of the day. Nathan Eovaldi has allowed 1 run or fewer in 13 of his last 14 starts. Last player to accomplish that in the modern era is who?
Nolan Ryan.
Good guess, but no.
Kershaw.
Nope. You might not guess it. You might.
Pedro Martinez.
No.
Randy Johnson.
No.
All right, we've guessed enough.
If you play MLB The Show, you know how good he is on that fucking game. Bob Gibson. Shout out Bob Gibson. Stat of the day. See if Nathan Eovaldi can keep it rolling today. But I didn't make the one WNBA graphic.
So. Joe Flacco.
For the dub today, we got the worst team in the league. The Connecticut Sun out on the road facing the Golden State Valkyrie. Huge favorites in this one, laying 8.5 points. It was 7.5. I now see it growing to 8.5. Franchise, you got any thoughts tonight in the dub?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Connecticut and the points. For me, it's just a case of sort of going back to what's brought me to the dance to this point. That's just that the Valkyries just aren't a great favorite, especially.
Bro, Chris, but does that mean that the Sun are a good dog? That don't mean that.
Hold on. Now I got to go back and look into this. Hold on. Because they have a good record as a double-digit dog.
And they're not double digits.
But if the line shifts by then, for me, 9 points is essentially close. If it moves to 9.5, it's essentially double digits.
Okay.
We'll come when you break it down. I'm going to do the digging, but the thing is, like I said, I don't like the Valkyries laying big numbers.
That's fair.
So Let me look into it, but it'd be Connecticut in the points for me. Oh, line's dropped 7.5, but still.
We know you don't talk dub, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. You got any thoughts on the dub?
For me?
Yep.
Free system play again. No opinion. The problem is I was on the Sun. The line did drop. They're only getting 7.5. Originally, when it was released at 2 a.m. last night to all members, it was 9.5. So don't love it as much at 7.5. So it's hard for me to give out a line that it's moved against me 2 points. So I probably would lay off betting it now, but it was much more favorable at 9.5.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was still at 9.5, and I just saw 7.5.
Yeah, it's 7.5 now. Big Al released it 2 a.m. at 9.5. So
Fading him, fading you, fading Chris.
fade.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can give them 12.5. It doesn't matter.
I'm taking the vow. Let's do it. In ball holla. In ball holla today. I guess I'm just fading the world today. We'll see how it pays off. But for me, got Connecticut coming into this one on the back end of a back-to-back. They got beat up on the road yesterday by Las Vegas. Now they travel to Golden State. This is a revenge game for Golden State as well. Last time they played the Sun, they lost. Not only did they lose, they got fucking flooded. They got took behind the woodshed. You can take behind the woodshed to the worst team in the league? 95-65? That's embarrassing. So Chris earlier talking about the Dodgers going to be pissed because they got struck out yesterday. No. The Valkyrie going to be pissed off tonight because they got flooded by the worst team in the WNBA the last time they played them. And in Valhalla, the new best venue in the dub, fuck the Storm. They're done. They're cooked. They lost that title. They have lost it. And it now belongs to the Valkyrie. I think they flood these girls tonight like they did the first time. First time they played them in Valhalla, the score was 87-63. I think we're looking at something similar tonight. Give me an extended lay here in this one as well. I'm laying like 15. I might even lay a dub. I think they woodshed Connecticut tonight. Straight Delta ass. We'll see. Can't believe Kristen switched up on the expansion team, man. How you gonna switch up on us?
I'm not switching up on them. I just like them better as an underdog.
But you taking the Sun? They're trash. In what world? Hey, man, but that's it. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. We covered all 12 games under the sun today, from Major League Baseball to the WNBA. We also talked NFL preseason. Our favorite plays are over at PickDawgz Premium. Those are the ones we love the most. Those are the ones we personally have the most money on. Chris, I know we ain't see eye to eye today, which means you're probably going to have a bad day, but
Hey,
I'm kidding.
there could be no crossover in the premium side.
There could be no crossover whatsoever. And there very likely ain't. I only got 2 games today. So very well is no crossover. But what you got over there today, my man? What you got to pick up for me?
Yeah, for me today, it's just my MLB pickoff play, my best bet on the board. Hit it in 7 straight, so going for 8 in a row here. Really like the play that we got there today, so make sure that you check that out. Also got a bonus play up there if you have a long-term pass, but it's a slower day today. This is what Mondays can be for the next little bit, but we still have lots of action coming up, so make sure that you jump on board, and remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout. Get 15% off your purchase.
Hop on with the franchise. Ladies and gentlemen, he's franchise for a reason.
Chris, did you say you have the hit it and quit it best bet of the day?
No, not best bet. That's how I live my life. Should be just a foregone conclusion at this point. Bro.
It sounds like
the three G's. Listen to me. The 3 G's in life: get in, get off, get out. That's
you're here for a good time, not a long time.
pretty much.
Someone's
like, what are you're going out for an hour. What are you going to do? I was like, I'll let you know what I'm going to do with the other 59 minutes and 30 seconds.
My buddy said on his tombstone, that's what if he passes one of my best friends before me, he's like, please put, I'm here for a good time, not a long time on my tombstone.
Yeah, that's literally going to be on my tombstone. Get in, get off, get out. That's just.
I'm crying.
Ruffalo, you're a pump and dump.
Oh, 3 pump chump. three pump chump.
I'm crying.
Oh my God.
Just never mind. We're not letting this get off the rails on a Monday. I'm just
the hit it and quit it play of the day.
that might cost you money. Just found my next sales pitch.
It's like perfect. It's perfect. Or the hit it and quit it parlay.
Get in and get out quick. Get paid.
Get paid. That's a Nerfy. That should be the show type. For Yerfy's a Nerfy. Hit it and quit it.
Gosti, what's going on?
I got all these ideas. Look, it's Monday. I got all these ideas flowing. They just come out of nowhere. It just comes to me. Just all this stuff. This is how we come up. Think about how many things we came up with just by being here and showing up every day. But for those people that want to join the season-long syndicate groups, whether it's Big Al, whether it's Jay Yang, whether it's Micah Smith or David Miller, these are the guys I represent. Call me, text me, set up a time for me to go over your options. It is long-term. There's nothing short-term. If you're looking for something daily, weekly, or monthly, Chris or Jay will take care of you. They both have basically, in my opinion, those products that they offer are basically free. Because if you lose, you get another credit for the next day. So can't beat that. Buy their daily, weekly, or monthly if you're more short term.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. For me today on this beautiful money-making Monday, y'all know me. I always call a spade a spade. I tell you what it is, tell you what it ain't, tell you how I'm rocking. And last week was one of my worst of the year thus far. We had the one cold run in, what was that, early June? After that run in June, we had probably one of our best stretches of the year. But last week was kind of the end of that run, and it was one of the worst of the week. One of the worst of the year thus far. I don't think it really means much in the grand scheme of things. A lot of the teams that I was riding just got cold, kind of like my Marlins, my Rangers, and I sharp chased with the Braves on the Brewers. Against the Brewers. And WNBA just wasn't great last week. I had a couple of bad beats. So I'm just telling you, I'm just being completely transparent on what it was last week. For this week, I'm not changing the handicap. I'm just going to continue to do what I do, and the results will change because I believe in the systems, the things I'm looking at, and how I break it down. So if you believe me, if you want to rock with me, hop on with me today. I have 2 plays for sure. The more and more I get to looking at it and after talking to all the guys, I want to fade everybody today and pound my chest and tell them I was right. So I might have a couple more. I got one from Major League Baseball. Probably going to put in the one from the Dub. And I like at least 1 or 2 more in Major League Baseball. I'm just kind of on the fence if I want to add them or not. We'll see. But hop on something long-term. Let's do it. Everything coming down the pipeline. NFL right here on the horizon. Of course, we've been betting preseason. We have the season coming up, college football coming up. It's all going to be right here before we know it. So,
hey, Jordan, raise your hand if you're still living at your mom's house. Just saying. Raise your right hand.
Oh, he's already been punted into the basement. It's fine.
We'll see.
I already shoved his head in the furnace.
Money making Monday. New week, new goals, new opportunities. Y'all know what time it is. It's parlay time. Parlay. Chris, what you got for me?
I'm going to go 2-player strikeout parlay. I'm going to go, let's see here. Garrett Crochet 9 plus strikeouts. Will Warren 7 plus strikeouts plus 3,000.
Costi.
We're going to go Texas on the money line. Padres on the money line. And the third one, this one's kind of a toss-up. Philly on the money line.
Angels -1.5. Angels -1.5.
Listening.
Golden State Valkyrie -15.
Extendo?
Both.
What did that pay?
Let's find out before we go off air. Let's see.
How much you putting on it?
$100.
That's got to pay 20 to 1.
I'm just trying to sort out how many people Jay just took care of.
Let me see what this pays before we get out of here. Where's today's odds on WNBA? I can't find today's odds on WNBA. They're only showing me tomorrow. Did they take it off the board for a second? Hold on, give me a second.
I don't even know if they'll give you the extendo like that on a parlay.
You can. Sometimes you gotta go alternate spread. I just can't find today's game. I just see both tomorrow's games.
Well, guys, when you watch this show on replay, please post your parlay odds for 15.5.
I can tell you right now. Hold on. Give me a second.
I gotta find this. Yeah, I gotta find this. It just won't give me today.
They don't even allow it. Take it as a sign.
I'm telling you, I don't even think they'll allow you to do that.
No,
They may.
They don't have a choice, Costi.
They're gonna let me do this, whether they like it or not.
Yeah, the fuck.
They don't have a
Jay's like hold them down. So you said what, 15?
Yeah. Why is it not showing me today, bro? I'm gonna get mad.
Okay, so these are the three odds I'm going to give you for this. 14.5 is plus 250. 15 is plus 275. 15.5 is plus 280.
We'll do that 14.5. So just do the parlay odds at that point. So
And what's minus 1.5?
For what? The Angels?
Yeah.
282.
I'm literally putting
280
down
and
the odds.
280.
So 11. It's like
7 to 1.
It's like 11.
11 or 12 to 1.
Yeah. So $100 for $1,200. I think we live. I think we're live.
So $100 pays out $13.12.
Something like that. On a two-teamer?
Pretty good. You know the easier two-teamer you would have had last week? Similar odds? Eagles money line, Ravens money line. That was 10 to 1. 230, 230.
You know what else was around plus 230?
What's that?
Eh.
I was on that. I like them.
Perfect.
I said it on here. Getting drunk.
You did. You had them ATS. You did. That's what's funny about it all. You had them ATS.
You know how they say that like a picture tells like 1,000 words.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fucking picture. When Jay just did that to you know what else pays? You know what else paid? What did you say, Jay? It was like plus.
I forgot what I said.
It's like plus 1,200 or something like that. This is all you needed to see. This was the only thing that went through my mind.
21.
Got you.
Hey, man, that's it. That's all. We'll be back tomorrow, Tuesday. Brad will be here.
I will not.
No franchise tomorrow.
I will be in the air.
A franchise going to Bet Bash.
On his way to Vegas.
Got the Speedo packed. People at stadium swim ain't gonna know what hit them.
Are you staying at Circa?
The D.
The what?
The D. Don't even try.
The what?
Fair enough, man. So safe travels.
Thank you.
See you back on Wednesday.
I
Live,
might be wearing sunglasses the entire week. I don't know.
live and on location. Costa, any final words before we get out of here, my man?
No, just make it a winning day. I will be back here on Friday. Chop it up with you guys.
See y'all then. Make it a winning day.